Welcome back to the Aslan Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Mike Hauman, and this is the Renew episode, the third in our Circadian Rhythm series. In the initial podcast, we revealed that circadian rhythm is your body's timing system, and chronic disruption quietly erodes sleep quality, mood, metabolism, and resilience. In the second episode, we reset your rhythm with practical signals such as stable wake time, morning light, dim evenings, caffeine timing, and earlier eating. Today, we renew for long-term wellness because, friend, the goal isn't a week-long circadian cleanse. The goal is a life with God-ordained natural rhythm, a rhythm that you can live with, a rhythm that your body can trust, a rhythm that encourages proper function, optimal recovery, and a body, mind, and soul that truly rest. That, my friend, is what this Renew episode is all about. Realignment, repair, recalibration, refreshment, and restoration. Now, I'd call that just what the doctor ordered. Let's renew our rhythm together today.
Welcome to the Aslan Health Podcast, where science meets soul. Your host for this program is Dr. Mike Hauman, an experienced physician, a certified functional medicine provider, a certified insight coach practitioner, and a devoted follower of Jesus Christ. If you're tired of feeling stressed out, exhausted, overwhelmed, or stuck in survival mode, you're in the right place. So take a deep breath. Let's be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Here's Dr. Mike.
Today, I want to begin with an analogy. Imagine that you own an old grandfather clock. It's a family heirloom. It's a beautiful piece, handmade with impeccable craftsmanship. This gorgeous wooden beauty has been in your family for several generations. It is great to look at, but it doesn't keep good time. Now, it's not broken, but it's unreliable and inconsistent. Some days it runs fast and some days it runs slow. And every time you reset it, you remark to yourself on just how wonderful it would be if it simply functioned as intended, with timely accuracy and precision. Friend, a lot of people live like that clock, not because they're lazy and not because they lack discipline, but because they've never learned the importance of bodily rhythm, a system that keeps good time. Renewal here is not being on a perfect or a rigid schedule. Actually, renewal is consistently choosing habits and a lifestyle that align with your Creator's orderly plan and design for your best well-being. So, if you attempted the 7-day circadian rhythm reset that we discussed last time, wonderful. How did you do? Send me an email to let me know. Be encouraged. The balance of this episode will provide further tips and details to optimize your progress. So with that in mind, let's cover a half a dozen Renew pillars to solidify your long-term success. Renew Pillar 1. Protect the day's bookends. If you want a sustainable circadian rhythm, protect these two bookends, morning light and evening darkness. You don't have to do everything right, but you do want to restore your daily rhythm. You need these two anchors to do so. Morning light establishes the day, and evening darkness defines the night. When these are stable, your sleep becomes more predictable. Your appetite becomes less chaotic. Your cravings decrease. Your mood becomes more stable, and your energy more reliable and consistent. Renew Pillar 2. Call it chrononutrition if you prefer. Eating in a way that your internal clock understands. Now, you already know that your body, your physiology, does not respond to food the same way at 8 a.m. as it does at 10 p.m. Your pancreas, liver, and muscle metabolism are not identical across the entire day. So for many people, a renewed rhythm includes a protein-forward breakfast, a reasonably timed midday lunch, an earlier, lighter dinner. This includes fewer calories late at night. Not because night food is morally evil or bad or something, but because late night eating often functions as a system-wide stressor, and that requires more resources exactly when you're trying to shut down at the end of the day. Think about it a different way. Do you leave the most intense, demanding, or challenging part of your workday until just before quitting time? I certainly hope not. And if you're working to stabilize your blood glucose, to lose weight, or to reduce inflammation, then this becomes even more important. Renew Pillar 3. Your gut has a clock too. Now, let's add a functional medicine layer here. Your gut microbiome has daily rhythms. The microbes in your gut change throughout the day. And those changes influence metabolism, inflammation, and signaling to your brain. Your gut constantly communicates with your nervous system in a very complex feedback loop. So, when your eating window is chaotic with random snacking, late meals, irregular timing, you don't just confuse your appetite, you disrupt your natural gut and digestive rhythm too. A stable eating window, consistent meal timing, fiber-rich whole foods, and appropriate gut support send important signals that support circadian rhythm renewal. For this reason, many people notice that their digestion improves when their schedule becomes predictable and consistent. Renew Pillar 4. Exercise is a time setter. Exercise isn't only for better fitness, it also has profound physiological benefits. One of those is that exercise is a signal. Timed exercise can shift your circadian rhythm. For most people, morning or midday movement supports earlier sleep timing and better alertness. It's true that gentle movement even in the evening can facilitate stress reduction. We've discussed that. But the key for circadian rhythm is this: train in a way that supports sleep and prepares you to shut down, not ramp up as you near bedtime. So if your workouts keep you wired at night, consider moving them earlier in the day and then track your heart rate variability, your sleep, and recovery over time. Renew Pillar 5. Supplements as a support, not a substitute. In the Reset episode, we discussed supplements in detail. Remember that when it comes to stabilizing your circadian rhythm, it's important that you have the right mindset. Supplements are not the conductor for this orchestra, they are the support staff. Used wisely, they can help. So let's briefly review. We discussed magnesium in the glycinate form. It's best taken in the evening. L-theanine, the amino acid, to modulate the excitatory neurotransmitters. And melatonin, your natural sleep-inducing hormone, which, when timed correctly, can be used short-term at a low dose as an adjunct and an aid to help adjust your rhythm for things like jet lag and shift work. Now, all the details regarding these items and my specific product recommendations can be found in the show notes for this series and all located on the Aslan Health Full Scripts dispensary for your benefit. Renew Pillar 6. Your weekly rhythm, a Sabbath, and recovery. Friend, you were not designed to live life full steam ahead without pause. God built rest into creation, and there's a kind of exhaustion that you cannot fix with supplements, exercise, food, or sleep. Your Creator knows that. He made you, and He established the boundaries of daily light and dark for your good. So renewal here includes something deeper than light and food timing. Renewal must also include a rest that you can't make up, manipulate, or manufacture. A weekly rhythm that says, I am not God, I am not unlimited, I am designed to stop, to rest, and recover. Lamentations 3:23 reminds us that God's mercies are new every morning, and great is his faithfulness. So, friend, if you're feeling overwhelmed, begin your daily morning renewal with trust, accepting the invitation that Jesus provided to the exhausted in Matthew 11:28, where he said, Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Because living in his rhythm can remove the unnecessary burdens that make it harder to live with pace, pause, and parasympathetic peace. Okay, sounds great in theory, but what do I do when the schedule busters and the unanticipated random reality of life happen? What about travel and time zones, late night meetings, or social events like weddings that go on into the night, holidays with out-of-town guests, infants and sick kids, or the countless other potential disturbances to your perfectly planned schedule? Friend, none of us plan to fail, but far too many of us fail to plan. It is impossible to hit a target if you do not have a target to hit. So, establish your plan for circadian success and pursue it not for perfect procedural performance, but progressive personal peace. So, here's a simple recovery plan. After any circadian disruption, try it. As soon as is reasonable, return to your best rhythm. That means return to your anchor wake time. Get morning daylight. Move your body gently. Resume earlier meal timing. Dim your evening lights. Most people will restabilize very quickly, within a few days, when they consistently return to these circadian signals. So as we bring this series to a close, I want to give you a sustainable rule of life. Not rigid, not legalistic, just a pattern to follow for the next 30 days. First, every day, wake at a consistent time each day. Next, get your dose of morning natural light. Next, have a caffeine curfew 8 hours before bedtime. Close your food window 2 hours before bedtime. Dim the lights after dinner time. And establish a wind-down routine before bed. That may include time in prayer, journaling, or a gratitude practice. And then every week, take one long walk outdoors in nature. And have a meaningful Sabbath rest. And that, my friend, is the foundation on which a stable circadian rhythm is established. With it will flow all the benefits and blessings of health, wellness, and peace that a lifestyle flowing from your Creator's design can provide for you. As a final encouragement before we close, renewal is built day by day, as we're reminded in 2 Corinthians 4:16, which says, So we do not lose heart, though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. Let God do in you what only He can as you choose to follow His design each day. Not in one heroic day, not in one perfect week, but as life comes by His grace day by day. So today, choose your next faithful step. Set your daily wake time, catch the morning light, honor your caffeine boundary, establish your meal timing, exercise early, dim your evening lights, and protect your sleep as a non-negotiable. Then tomorrow, do it again. You don't have to do everything perfectly, just intentionally keep returning to rhythm. Well, this is Dr. Mike Hauman with the Aslan Health Podcast. Thank you for joining me in this Circadian Rhythm series. I trust it's been helpful, and as always, check the show notes for helpful links, free resources, and more information to support your journey to better health, wellness, and a lifestyle that honors your design and your designer. If you find this personally meaningful, please share it, subscribe, and follow for more. May your days become more structured, stable, and steady. May your nights grow more refreshing, restful, and restorative. And may the Lord provide your physiology what your soul has always needed, a life lived in His rhythm, in perfect peace. Until next time, my friend, God bless you.